What if you could actually prove your product is the best? I don't mean with some slick marketing campaign. I mean with cold, hard, undeniable data. Well, we're about to break down exactly how one company did just that and tripled their revenue because of it. All right, let's get into it.
This is the million-dollar question, right? We're living in a world that's just flooded with AI solutions, and every single one of them claims to be the smartest, the fastest, the most intuitive. But let's be real, your customers have heard it all before. So how do you cut through all that noise and actually make them believe you?
Well, a company called Infiheal, with their AI therapy chatbot Healo, they actually found the answer. They were staring down this exact problem and came up with a strategy that was, well, it was brilliant. It didn't just win them arguments, it ended up winning them the market.
So, to really get what they did, you first got to understand the world they were playing in. The AI therapy space, it is incredibly crowded. Jam-packed. Infiheal knew their bot, Healo, was something special, but they were up against some real giants. They knew they needed a lot more than just a catchy slogan.
And that, right there, was the heart of the challenge. They couldn't just say Healo had superior conversational quality. That's just marketing fluff. They had to turn that claim into a hard, undeniable fact. They needed proof, like courtroom-level proof, that would set them apart from everyone else.
So how'd they do it? How do you get that kind of proof? Well, instead of just shouting louder with bigger marketing claims, they did something really smart. They turned to science. They used this specific framework called the SMART methodology. And what the SMART methodology does, really, is it throws assumptions out the window and replaces them with hard evidence. It's all about using actual scientific testing to prove a product is genuinely better. Not just because the people who made it think it's better, but because real, unbiased users say it is.
Okay, so here's how they actually put it into practice. They ran a blind A/B test. And this is so crucial. Blind means the users had no idea which chatbot was which. No brand names, nothing. This completely gets rid of any bias. They took anonymous chat logs from Healo and 3 of its top competitors, showed them to real people, and just asked them to rate the conversations. On things like, how human did it sound? How insightful was it?
So this basically set the stage for a direct showdown, a proper head-to-head. It was Healo versus 3 other big names in the game, Wiza, 7 Cups, and Yana AI. And the whole test was designed to be totally fair, completely impartial, and 100% driven by data. No marketing fluff allowed, just pure, raw performance.
All right, so the data was collected, the scores were all tallied up, and the results were in. After all of that rigorous scientific testing, who came out on top? Which AI bot did real people actually prefer?
And honestly, it wasn't even close. Healo's score for conversational quality was just way higher than every single one of its competitors. The data was crystal clear on this.
Yeah, this wasn't some tiny marginal victory. It was a complete blowout. Let's actually break down the numbers, because they really show just how dominant Healo was in this test.
First up, compared to Yana AI, users rated Healo's quality as almost 20% higher, 19.6% to be exact. That's huge.
Then you've got 7 Cups. Against them, Healo held a solid 17% advantage.
And finally, against Wiza, it was still over 15% better. That's what you call a clean sweep. The blind test with real, everyday users confirmed it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Healo was just better. Across the board.
Okay, but look, having this amazing data is one thing. That's great, but turning it into actual business success, that's a whole other ballgame. So how exactly did Infiheal take these incredible results and, make money with them?
And this is the key. They didn't just file the report away on a shelf somewhere to collect dust. No way. They took this validated, scientific proof and made it the absolute cornerstone of their entire market strategy. Now, when they talked to customers, they weren't just making a claim, they were presenting cold, hard evidence.
And the result of all that data-driven confidence? A 3 times increase in revenue. Just think about that. By scientifically proving their quality, Infiheal carved out this powerful, defensible spot in the market that translated directly into massive growth.
And that really leaves us with the ultimate takeaway here. In a super crowded market, the winning formula isn't about who shouts the loudest. It's about who can prove they're the best. What Infiheal showed us is that when you combine real user feedback with a legit scientific method, you create something way more powerful than any marketing campaign could ever be. You create defensible differentiation. And that's a lesson that goes way beyond just AI chatbots.